But I gave it a B plus, and I loved the finish. I'm glad they didn't take the belt away from Knight, and I felt like everything we talked about in our preview came to fruition.
Yeah. And I gave it an A minus. I really, really
Yeah.
had a great time with it. The one thing that I've been kind of trying to figure out, I guess, is where this goes from here. Just because,
Mm.
like, I like all these guys, but this is the second or third time that LA Knight is retained against these two. Um, Not at the same time, but
Right.
you know. Um, so from here, there's obviously one more Andrade and Carmelo match that comes from this because the tiebreaker was broken up by the
Yeah.
special guest ref. Um, so there's one more match there, and that's I think potentially just going to be a number one contenders match. Um, and as far as beyond that, like I kind of think they have to eventually put this thing on Mello just because out of the
Mm.
three, he's the heel. Um,
Yeah.
and they're at this point in time, like LA Knight isn't chasing anything because he has it.
Right.
Andrade is just chasing being better than Mello. Um,
It
well,
seems. Yeah, it seems to be the case.
so like if they don't go that direction, I don't know who they put up against LA Knight because I yeah, I mean, if it's not one of these two, I don't know who it is. Like, do they bring back like Logan Paul or um I don't
Mm.
know, push somebody that we're not thinking of, like what's his name there? The guy that was teaming with Baron Corbin. Um
Oh, Apollo Cruz.
Apollo Cruz, yeah, like is it gonna be somebody like that? Because like I don't
Yeah,
know
that's a good question.
I don't know who else there is, I guess. And we just kind of said that about the top of the card too. Like it's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird. Like we have
Well,
these
that's
two kind of up in the air situations as far as
that.
contenders.
Well, that brings me to a question for you. Do you think there's mobility still for Knight to go up the card again? And do you think there's a chance that we see Kevin Owens or Randy Orton fall down the card? Because either way, that would be fun to see Knight versus Rhodes. I think that could potentially be a big, big draw.
Yeah.
It also would be really cool to see Orton face Knight or Kevin Owens. But I don't see Hayes. Like, let's say you give the belt to Hayes. I don't see Hayes having much mobility. He's too green. He needs his mid card title run first. But if you have Knight move up the card after giving the belt to Hayes, that would make more sense than having Randy fall down the card or Kevin Owens fall down the card.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is do you think there's still room and mobility left for LA Knight, or do you think this is it after his little reigns pop and his mid card title run? Do you think he has any more ability to keep going up?
Yeah, I think he'll get to that position. I don't know if he'll like have a legitimate chance of winning a world title though, but I think he'll
Okay.
be somebody that Cody can compete with and have a good match.
Yeah.
Or if they end up taking it off of Cody eventually to a Kevin Owens or a Randy, um, just another baby face to fight that isn't Cody. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I could definitely see that. And then like if they did go that route, so like put it on Hayes and move LA Knight up, they could bring AJ Styles down, right?
That's right. But we did have that pretty good feud between Styles and Knight. Um, and I don't know if there's much flame left in that angle, but yeah, no, AJ Styles, he's another one where he's had all of his flowers. He has that mobility, but Knight doesn't have all his flowers, at least well deserved flowers. So I do think he should get another title run at the top of the card.